BC Minister of Health. Beside me to my right is Dr. Bonnie Henry, our Provincial Health Officer in British Columbia. We're honored to be here on the traditional territories of the Songhees and the Esquimalt First Nations. First Nations. Just to give you a sense of schedule for the next couple of days, tomorrow we'll be briefing at 10:30 in the morning. The briefing that has been promised about modeling, and that will be preceded by a technical briefing, an off-the-record technical briefing at 9 o'clock, and you'll get information from that. Members of the media will by email. Later on tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, we'll be releasing a regular daily statement, which will give information about case counts and so on for that day, so that you'll have that information. And then at noon on Saturday, we'll be back briefing. So there'll be one substantial session tomorrow where all questions, of course, can be asked. There'll be written information at 3 o'clock, and then on Saturday, there'll be a new briefing. So with that, I want to introduce Dr. Bonnie Henry.
Thank you. Good afternoon. So a couple of things on the agenda for today, but first off, we have had 66 new cases in the last 24 hours, bringing our total up to 725 here in British Columbia test positive cases. That includes 359 in Vancouver Coastal Health, 241 in the Fraser Health Region, 52 here on Vancouver Island, 62 in Interior Health, and 11 now in the Northern Health Region. As you are aware, we have 9 long-term care facility outbreaks that are ongoing. There's no change in that number today, and all of the stats stay the same with the exception of the 2. One, the Lynn Valley Care Centre, we've had an increase in 4 residents and 3 additional healthcare workers who have tested positive. And in Harrow Park, we have an increase of 2 residents and 1 additional staff member who's tested positive in that outbreak. All of the others continue to be investigated and managed. Of our 725 cases, we now have 66 people in hospital in BC, and of those, 26 are in the intensive care unit, and 186 people are fully recovered. We have no new deaths today, thankfully. A couple of things that have come out in the last day or so. One, of course, is one that you may have heard of. We have new prescriber guidelines